How's it going, everybody? World Money Wins here. Welcome back to my channel. You've been commenting on my videos. I really like reading through the comments, and if you notice that I don't put a heart next to your comment like the same day or within an hour or so, odds are I might be making a video about it, and I don't heart it on purpose, because if I heart it, then it won't show up as a new comment that I haven't read. So it'll stay up there. So there's a few comments that I wanted to talk about. One was an older one where I made the video, should I buy 1 ounce of gold or 50 ounces of silver? And a lot of people pointed out that 50 ounces of silver isn't nearly the same cost as 1 ounce of gold. But I was just repeating the question from whoever had asked it. That's how they phrased it. So I'm assuming they had enough for 1 ounce of gold. But they didn't want to blow it all on silver. So Hubster4477 asked in that video, what is silver going to do that gold can't do? Plus, gold will take up a whole lot less room to stash away. And that is absolutely 100% correct. Gold takes up this much space for $2,500 or whatever the price is now. That's how much space it takes up. Silver would take up like this much space. It's so much more room. If you are limited on space, then that might be something to consider in your stacking, to stack more gold. Like if you live in a small apartment and you do need to get a safe, and the safe needs to be a good one. Those gun safes just don't cut it. I mean, a gun safe, even those $3,000 Graffunder safes, you can get into them. I mean, if you got a metal cutoff saw, you can just go through the side of the safe. Way easier than going through the door. But the TL rated safes, you're not going to do that with a TL rated safe. They have like composite material in there and metal woven in with cement, and then they got the thick outer layer. It's hard, even for professionals, to get into them. But yeah, his point was what he said. He also said, well, what is silver going to do that gold can't do? And I feel, and all of this is feelings. I mean, I feel that silver, when there's a metals bull run, I think silver goes up on a higher percentage basis than gold. And so there is opportunities for people that like to play the gold to silver ratio, where they buy just silver when it's like at 85 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold, and then it does swing down, I mean, to 40, 50, who knows. So if you could buy 80 ounces of silver now and then trade later when the ratio is different, if it's 40 to 1, then your 80 ounces of silver just got you 2 ounces of gold. So that's something to research. I don't normally play the gold to silver ratio. I just buy what I like. I store the gold in vaults mainly, and silver I got, oh, sorry about that, I had to get something off my hand. But the silver, I have storage locations as well for that. But yeah, silver takes up a massive amount of space when you really start stacking it hard. So I'll comment to you, Hubster, that I made this video, and also Rick Miles 5297. His comment is $1,200 from CoinShop or $1,400 from eBay. He was commenting on my video titled, "Are you curious about silver and gold? Buy 2 ounces of silver today." And I'll say that to anybody: buy 2 ounces, the cheapest 2 ounces you can get, so that you can do this. Don't buy pretty ones that you're afraid to touch. But I think his numbers, he's $1,200 or $1,400, so he must be talking about that value in silver, because I do talk about stuff that's kind of collectible also on my channel, and these things, you're not selling this to a coin shop. If you are, then you're going to take a loss, because somebody's going to pay the premium that you paid for it down the road. So he says $1,200 from a coin shop or $1,400 from eBay. I say coin shop, because eBay will charge 50%, and then you risk the scammers. That's super true also, Rick Miles. On eBay there are scammers as buyers. So sometimes you will sell something on eBay And if you get a scammer, they could say, when the item arrives, they could just say, well, the box was empty. There was nothing in the box, and maybe insinuate that you were trying to scam them. Well, with eBay, when you pack up your orders to ship, you take them to the post office, and then you don't just drop them off or slip them through a slot. You take them up to the counter, and they will scan each label into the system, and with that, they'll print you off a receipt that's got all the information on it, and it will have the weight. So if you're shipping something and it weighs 14 ounces in a small little bubble mailer, like one of these, 14 ounces in one of these, and this arrives to the customer with their whatever in it, and they say it was empty, well, a bubble mailer weighs like less than 1 ounce. And the post office says it weighed 14 when you shipped it, so that way your butt's covered, at least for that one. But there are other scammers on eBay, and eBay does charge a percentage, so you have to factor that in. So if you buy this for, like, say, $100, I don't know what these go for now, probably 70 bucks, but let's say it's 100 bucks, and then you sell it for $120 on eBay. You got a $20 profit, right? Well, no, you don't. Even if you charge the buyer shipping, you've got to pay income tax. You got to pay tax on the profit, and plus, eBay does take a fee. So, like, a lot of times, I'll sell like DVDs and CDs. There's collectible cassette tapes like Iron Maiden and Alice in Chains. I've talked about that in the past. I'll buy this stuff at garage sales for, like, you buy a big box full of cassette tapes, and once you do the math, it ends up being about 25 cents per cassette tape. And if you sell it for $25 or $30, I don't care about the fee, and I don't care about the income tax, because the profit's so huge. So I don't buy things like, I won't buy something for 10 bucks and sell it for 20 bucks on eBay, because it's just not worth it. After the fees, the tax, the hassle, your time to list the item and photograph it, I usually try and at least, at minimum, 10 times what I pay for the item. And that just involves work and knowledge, knowing what you're doing. There's an awesome YouTuber. He goes by the name The Great Reseller Life. He sells like worn out baseball caps, just stuff that people would just throw away. And he makes over $300,000 per year. Drives a Porsche when he goes garage sailing. Just a fantastic resource. If you're ever curious about selling stuff on eBay, that is the guy. The greatest, or it's called The Great Reseller Life. It used to be called My Boring Reseller Life. He clowns around a lot. He's entertaining to watch. He's got this long headbanger hair, and he's a heavy metal guy, but he's about the same age as me and been selling on eBay about the same. He's been selling like maybe a couple of years longer than me, 20-something years. But he's a great resource. But he's always clowning around and trying to... he gets a lot of haters, and he likes to poke fun at them. So, next victim, the third one, is a channel called Holding Precious Metals. He hasn't created any content, so Holding Precious Metals, make some content. I think I'd be curious to see some videos from you. He said on my Should I Buy 1 ounce of gold or 50 ounces of silver video, he said, I started buying tubes of generic 1 ounce rounds, and after about 8 tubes I switched and saved for my first ounce of gold. If you have the cash, save for the 1 ounce gold to avoid the premiums you'll pay. And yeah, he has a good strategy. When he got 8 of these are generic rounds, but these are cool ones. I've shown these on my channel before. Check these out. They're reverse proof buffaloes, and they're the same price as regular buffaloes. And these are Asahi. I always thought these were super cool. So I bought a tube of these, and I would buy more of these. But that's a good strategy. He'd buy just generic rounds. Then when he had 8 tubes of these, or 160 ounces of silver, he would save up and buy 1 ounce of gold. So he was saving at the ratio of 1 ounce gold for every 160 rounds of silver. which I think that's an awesome strategy also. Can't fault that. And yeah, we'll pay some premiums on that many ounces of silver. Anyway, I guess that's about it. Answered a few questions. If you have any questions, just feel free to post them up. I don't know what the title of this video. I'll figure something out though. I guess that's it. Thanks for the questions. I really like reading them. And if you don't see me heart your comment right away, it's possible I may be making a video reply and it could take several days. This the oldest one on this one was 3 days ago, so I will let these people know that I did reply in video form, and I hope you guys are having an awesome Friday. Let's see what's going on with the markets. It's falling, so hopefully my shorts are going to pay off. And I guess that's it. Have fun, everybody. Have a good weekend. I'm going to try and hit a coin shop tomorrow, but who knows? I might be too busy. Later.